All right. Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Somewhere, out there somewhere. And so, there is the dollar index up on there. Let's check the chat line. Hello, Robin. And there's the dollar index up there. And you can see a little pressure on it this morning. Nothing major. It's just kind of, actually, it's up a teeny weeny little bit, just pushing up. But obviously, we've been in that weekly sell now for, 5 weeks. And the daily, went into the daily buy yesterday, actually. Let's put that up on there. I just realized that. It went into the, and I remember putting it on the spreadsheet, too. Let's go to the spreadsheet. Yeah, see it right there. On the spreadsheet. There it is. I need to change that title, though. I need to put more dollar signs in it. Confused me because it is CME. Oh, it's the dollar index on the CME. That's why it says CME on there. But there it is. It is in a daily buy. It started off the week, 4 weeks in a weekly sell. Now we are on the 5th week, and it doesn't look like it's changing, as you can see right there. The green line or the fast stochastic blue dotted line, or even the histogram itself right there, is below the manifold. So you can see that pressure on it, and it's trying to turn up. What else can we say about any of that? You can see then yesterday went into the buy right there. Bada bing. And there's the Janos. Hey, Janos. Looks like my end of month put contracts are toast. What were they on again? What puts? End of the month? You still got, what's today's date? Today's the 8th. You've got 22 days still. So, yeah, no worries there. No worries there, mate. Yes, indeed. No worries there, mate. That's the whole thing about options. You never. If the math is aiming down in your long puts, one day it goes kaboom. Let's see. Major stocks, tech, big firms. You were buying puts in them, right? I would hold due to the weekly still being in a sell. Right, exactly. But the fluctuations in value are sharp as hell. Of course. That's why they call it volatility. And one moment, guys. The U.S. statistics. Yep, the numbers are out now. And we can take a peek and see what they've done to the stock market. It has lit the stock market up. Continued job claims, 1.87 actually, versus 1.87. Well, actually, it's 1,875,000 versus 1,870,000. So, yes, they are happy little campers with that. It's like, ooh, let's take a look at the intraday stock market, and you'll be able to see how happy they are. Happy hippo. And we'll put the dollar index up over on the, where will we put the dollar index? Move that up like that. There we go. Let's put the dollar index up on the beta. And you can see here, yes, you can see that. Let's just do this real quick, and then we'll go over and do that. Where's that mouse at? There it is. So let's see if we can contract that down to the news. That was the news right there. The number came out right there. The time is 7:30. ZZZZ, and then boom, and that is 4.5 seconds. Is that 4 seconds later? No, it's the same thing still. No, it's 5 seconds later. There it is. 5 seconds later? No. So there it is right there. Boom. Took off. And it's happy as a clam in mud. So, indeed. Let's see, U.S. statistics consensus forecast was that the unemployment claims would come in at 241,000 new people claiming unemployment insurance during the week. The actual number is 233,000, which is seen as positive. Yes, lowering interest rates gets them all excited. Strange, I get my numbers from Forex Factory. Cool. Could be differences there. Yes, I'm sure they're gonna take it apart in the next few The next few minutes they'll take it apart. They'll get a better idea what it is all about, and then that will, do its thing. And let me just show it to you over on the beta. That doesn't need, you know what? Let's see what the dollar looks like on this, because that's right, the news just came out, so it should have an effect on it. And it doesn't look any different like that. Or, like on the beta, Mr. Mouse, take me to the beta, like that. And the same old, kind of calm, and it's in a buy, in a sell here. It's like dumpity dump. Matter of fact, the beta is trying to tell us, the histogram is going into the plus, but we still got a little green thing going, a red thing going on. So there's some pressure there. And that's why it made a new low today, as you can see on the other platform. You see where it made that low right there, new low, and then perked its little head up. But I don't see any real changes. Look at 102.87. It's still sitting there at 102.87. So they're not really reaching for the currencies. What we should do is let's take a look at the euro. See how the euro is treating us. That would be a more pure view of it all. Strain right there. And there's the euro. Euro is showing just a little weakness, nothing major. Well, I guess it is major. Look at it. We got a red dot, and you can see it's breaking under the zero line, but still in that weekly buy for 5 full weeks. And that's what you can see over here, over on the spreadsheet. Right there. You see the euro. 4 weeks in a buy, and this is the 5th week now. And you can see 4 days in a daily buy, and it is flirting with the sell at the moment. And so the experienced traders, or let's put it this way, the experienced webinar people who watch this know that, when you're in a weekly buy and a daily sell, it's basically a neutral position. And so the only reason you would do anything is to hedge if you had a long or short on to what the daily is trying to tell us. And at this point in time, the daily was trying to tell us there's strength coming in on the very short term, day to day. But when it came, yes. And on the same time, the daily or the weekly was telling us, jump in on it and be long. And sure enough, it was a winner chicken dinner. All right. So from there, and you can see the euro there. What else we got going on here? They're not really saying anything more than that the number was there. Let's see what I can see on the. Let's see. Let's try this. If this is the start of, okay, now continuous jobless claims surged to 33-month highs. So the number of Americans filing for jobless benefits for the first time fell from 12-month highs at 249,000 down to 233,000. And you never know how many jobs. What they'll do is they'll take it apart and look and see how many are government jobs. So that shouldn't even, to be honest, they shouldn't even count government jobs. I mean, really. Why do they count government jobs when government jobs only cost money and don't help the economy? They pretend that it helps the economy, but it doesn't really help the economy. It's a pretend thing. In other words, they've got to take money out of your pocket to hire those people. And are they doing anything for you? What are they doing? They're making your fuel prices go up. They're making your food costs go up. They're making your insurance and your health expenses go up. So how is that a benefit to you? It's not. It's not a benefit. It's the opposite. Matter of fact, the new vice president, his state has a half decent employment, but the problem is that it's all government. Everything else they've been losing private sector left and right. And so in the end result, it's like, the Soviet Union or China. In other words, the government is running it. and the government is hiring people, and the government is taking your tax dollars to pay them. And are you growing any from it? No, because you can see private sector jobs have been leaving the state. So the private sector jobs are going down, and the government jobs have been going up. So just more taxes. They just keep on. It's one of the most taxed states in the union. All right. And that's why the population's been dropping. That's why they need to have immigrants come in. All right. And so, yeah, I don't see any. They're saying smoothing for the week to week noise. The 4-week moving average initial claims also reached a new cycle high. Is this bad news or good news? That's what the financial report says. They do know, is it? They do know. Okay, so let's see how the stock market's doing. I saw it drifting around, and we'll go back to it again like so. You see, it's just kind of started its plateau thing, and we'll see how well that goes. Yep. Now. What do we got going on here? Let's go take a look at. Yesterday was an interesting day. We really started looking at a lot of fun things, we were looking at the hedge fund industry and talking about, what the process is, how it works, the language. It was definitely something well worth looking into. Well, we'll just stay with the currencies unless someone asks about a stock or something like that. Let me just open up a stock just in case someone asks. There we are. And then we'll go start looking at the currency unless someone jumps in. From there, in the revolution going on in England, people against crime, the law is backing crime, which is really weird. And you can see here it's fighting its way into a weekly sell with no problem. Obviously, the markets are, the world markets are looking at, the situation in England and saying this is not good. And so they're obviously not buying the currency. And that is exactly what we see going on at the moment. And it's unfortunate, but true. So the police are backing the criminals and attacking the civilians, I guess you could say, or the public. And that's why there's an issue there. I understand they put these nasty dogs or these police-trained aggressive dogs on families, mothers and fathers out there complaining about the sexual rapes and so forth that are going on. And they then attacked them and said, you dare to say this on the web. And so now they're being challenged on the web, about putting out stories that about it because it's true, but you're not allowed to tell anybody that it's true. What a weird time we are in. You would think that something's happening to our whole space and time and sun and all that other stuff. All right. From there, we'll go over to the inflation fighters. And that is the Swiss, which are doing a fine job. They've really got it figured out. And they are, you can see the product went from, once they started fighting inflation up around the 101 area, the product went down to 83.5, and this thing got down to 84. It rallied back up to 91.5, and now it's at it drifted almost down to 84. Now it's at 86. No major problems there, but just some basic ones, I guess you could say. The battle that's going on between the different products, as usual. In this case here, the Swiss have done a very fine job. I always have to throw the wish I have in my heart is that they would hire a Swiss banker to take over the Federal Reserve. Wouldn't that be good? I think it would be good. Bring in a Swiss banker and let them straighten this Federal Reserve out, because obviously they did a fine job dealing with the inflation over there, and they didn't have to crash their economy. But I saw what really surprised me was that the Big Mac indicator, where they go to every capital in the world and look to see what price a McDonald's Big Mac hamburger goes for. And then what that does is that basically gives us an insight to the inflation. That's what that does. It gives us insight to the inflation. And sure enough, I was really surprised that Switzerland was the highest. It was up 44%. 0.44%. That is not one. So not 100%. And so that automatically put the pressure. I guess the Swiss bankers realized back in January and December of last year, to do that. That to me is like, wow. They've really got their game together. They really understand, the risk factors of what's going on. So it was very impressive. I can only say that. So I only have great gratification, and I'm pretty happy with the way those guys do things. Now you can see here the Swiss. We go to the yen, and the yen seems to be in a stall. Nothing major, of course, but it's just. Let's see, there we are. And so you can see lifting up a little bit, and I was a little confused. I can't wait to get the other beta back up on the system, because I want to see what the Nikkei did. We'll go over to another place to look at the Nikkei. Let me go find it right now, and we'll see how that looks. Last night I kept on looking for it to see what they were doing, and it just seemed like it was very, very quiet. Let's see. Go like that, and go over there, and let's see what the Nikkei did last night. Right there. It almost looked like it was closed. It might have been a holiday over there. Let's see, world markets. World indices, there we are. And let's see where it is. Where's the Nikkei? Must be in like the ends or something. Alright, let's see. I'm seeing the Kospi in South Korea. I would have thought it was up near the top. There's a Kakarat, there's a FTSE. Why don't I see the Nikkei? It's like they hit it. Where did the Nikkei go? There's a Hang Seng. There's the All Ordinaries. There's the Taiwanese. How can it disappear like that? I'm looking through it a second time. There it is. Oh, it was down 2,500 points. That's what it was. And I was wondering why I didn't see it. There we are. There's the 7th. And there's nothing for the 8th. So the market was closed? I guess it must have been closed over there. Now they're saying it was only down 258 points. Huh. So Nikkei was relatively unchanged. Alright. And you can see it's in a daily buy and a weekly sell, so it's trapped in that I don't know what I want to do thing. Alright, now let's take a look at the Great Experiment. They've been making all-time highs the last couple days. Trying to push into the sell today, but it's been in 14 days or 14 weeks in a weekly buy. Right there's the great experiment. We're looking at 13 weeks in a weekly buy as we speak. Right there. Right there. So that pressure is constantly on the experiment that they do in Turkey on the Turkish lira. They've got something in their minds and they just don't want to tell us what it is. All we know is from the price action itself, it's not very good. That's the sad part. It's like China. You can only tell what's going on through price action because what they say and what they do are two different things. So it turns into a real guessing game there. It's like, wait a minute. Aren't they doing this, that, and the other thing? And it's like, no. It's like, oh, okay. So, now that was, what is that? That is, they're showing that as the 8th. And there's the 6th. Where's the 7th? No available data for the 7th. Okay. When I went to the World Indices, let's see, where's it at? See it right there? Okay, I thought it was 2,580. It's 2,500. So they must have been closed yesterday. Or I guess they were closed. I don't know. Something's weird about the whole thing. Let's see what the Shanghai looks like. There's the Shanghai. Shanghai, same way. It seems like there was a 6th a trade. The 7th, they're not showing any data. And then yesterday, they're showing it basically unchanged, up 7 cents. And that's like the only way we can tell because the currency itself doesn't trade much, and under 3% a day. And at the same time, the kroner trades more than the China government, or the Chinese currency. So you got to wonder, how can they be the second largest economy in the world? How do we know Sweden's not the second largest economy in the world? These numbers don't seem to mean anything. I guess they're following how much money America buys from them, and that makes them a big economy. But that's not the way to measure it, that's for sure. All right, so from there, we march over to the South African Rand, and we'll take a look at the metals. Since it has a nice little downwardly curve, you would assume that gold and silver are lifting up. And I know I saw, let's show it to you over here. Let's see, let's go like this. There it is right there. There's gold. You see gold is lifting today, trying to get into the buy. And you see the weekly's been flirting with a sell. It's right on the edge, just on the edge. Maybe a little lift here. Now, since the South African Rand is heading down, let's just show it to you again. There it is right there. You can see it, just a little downwardly drift, nothing major, but should put some pressure on gold on the upside. It has. And I think we see the same action in silver. And same situation, silver. Let's put it up over here. Well, actually, I kind of want to leave the South African Rand there for the time being. So let's just jump over to here instead. And you'll see it on the beta. See, silver is doing the same thing right now live. It's trying to get up into the plus. But you're seeing it's not able to get up all the way. And that weekly is still pressing down. Still pressing down. Yes, indeed. So even with the South African Rand trying to dip a little bit, and we see the metals, but I guess because of the employment number, they say, oh my God, it was bad. So if it's bad, then it's good. So that means that, well, maybe they'll lower rates. They're not going to lower rates. They'll lower. I think they will drop a 1/4 point in September. I think they will. I think you will see a quarter point drop because of the way the economy is slowing, and the Fed will. It'll be like a double-edged sword. It'll say something like, we've lowered a quarter percentage point because. Let's see, what's it? Hearing GDI. What is GDI? Objects that okay, and so they'll probably say, well, inflation is in check on some level, but the economy is starting to dip, and we want to make sure it doesn't fall apart. So they'll probably do a quarter point. I think they would, if they did a half a point, I think that would scare the market. So I think they'll do a quarter point, and then November they'll probably do another quarter point after the election, and then they'll be all happy. The Democrats will be happy. Their overlords that run the Federal Reserve will be happy that they did the quarter point drop in September. I don't think it'll help them election-wise, but it'll definitely have some effect in the sense of interesting. Where we're at. So that is the story right there. All right, now where's our next little adventure? Let's jump over to, there's silver, and we've seen what the South African Rand is doing. Let's go check out copper, and we'll take a look at platinum. And there's copper. Copper's dragging along. I think it kind of, it represents, let's see if we can do this. Yeah, there it is. So here is the, let's just do that. There's your, when you look at the Shanghai index, basically in the same time frame, going back into, there's, what is that? That's July right here. There's July. That's June. See that topping thing? And that is June right there. I guess June is like right here. It's the same way. In other words, you can see copper and right there. Copper and, let's see if we can move this so you can see them both next to each other. Like that. There we are. So you can see right there, it's that same action. There is May, like that. It runs up that top there on, what is that? That is the 15th or the 17th or the 20th. What is that? How do we keep on losing that mouse? There it is. The 17th. You can see right there, there is the 17th right there. And that's the top. And then you go and look at, again, you're looking at the Shanghai, and up top here you're looking at the copper, and so the copper takes that pounce down, and same situation, as this. Let's see if we can do it this way. If we contract that a little bit like that, and I guess move it over. Try to line them up as best as we can. Something like that. There we are. So you can see that this is the Shanghai stock index right there, and this is the copper contract right there. And it does the little bounce there, and that's what is that? That's the that's July 8th. Let's see what that is. There's July 3rd. There's July 8th right there at that peak almost basically, and let's put it back up there again. There. So it moves, the Shanghai moved all the way out to the 18th, and then there's the 18th right there. Copper was rolling over, and while copper was rolling over, the stock indice realized, oh shoot, it's rolling over, and they had to roll over now. That's pretty much where we're at. It's been gliding down. So the copper definitely leads this. We've seen this for a bunch of years. Copper leads the Shanghai exchange. The stocks. They really it's all to a great extent, just like the Federal Reserve. The markets are influenced dramatically by the government. So they sometimes, we've seen that in Tokyo, where someone forgot to shift something and they fired them. A couple times we've seen people fired inside the Bank of Japan. They don't shift things correctly with the interest rates and what's going on with the currency, and the next thing you know is they're firing somebody and then putting somebody else into that position, and the market starts to match the charts again. It's the same thing, I guess, in China. I don't know. Maybe they execute them. Who knows? Run a tank over them, like in Beijing back in the old days. So that's copper, and then last but not least, we'll go take a look at platinum right there. See, platinum is flirting with the daily buy, just the way gold and silver are. They're trying to lift. Silver's been in that sell for, what does it say on the spreadsheet? Let me just look at the spreadsheet again, instead of going back to the chart. Let's see, there. So silver's been in a weekly sell for 4 weeks now. And same thing here with platinum, 4 weeks in a sell. So they're obviously selling silver and platinum and buying gold. And it's a pairs trade going on there. And then you can see it's in a daily sell for 4 days. And same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5 days on this. So it's been 5 days in a daily sell. And we don't do the daily sell on the platinum. We just put the weekly in there. And so the pressure's been on that. Now they're flirting with a buy. How about that Taylor? They're putting a headline up there. It's Taylor Swift, Vienna concert canceled after arrests. There's some ISIS combatants, tried to kill everybody. I guess that's the war on modern women. That's what that is. They must, the women they capture, ISIS captures, probably, they're probably whining about Taylor Swift. So, they probably figured, let's get rid of this Taylor Swift. She's an irritant. So they tried to blow up one of her concerts in her, I guess. All right. In Vienna, you would have thought. Oh, my goodness. All right. From there, we zip over to the energy sector. And there is heating oil. Heating oil is, we've talked about this. Heating oil is, used to fuel jet airplanes and diesel trucks and diesel engine vehicles and the heating systems for a lot of people in houses. So it's a very efficient fuel. So you can see here it's trying to lift up, but it's in a weekly sell now for a fourth week. So it's been hanging out in the very, very low $2.30 area for a gallon, and that's not an imperial gallon. That's a U.S. gallon, so it's 4 quarts, and I think imperial gallon is 5 quarts. And heating oil's been doing that. It's been showing that. And at the same time, we keep on seeing some strength. And let's put it up on there. Crude oil. Right there. See, crude oil is doing that same thing. And then we can take a look at the... we will get that system up and running soon. Maybe next week, I think we'll have it up and running. So let's get Brent up on the screen. Where is Brent? Right there. There it is. There's Brent. And you can see here, that same action. That's right there. What is that? That's July 3rd, and that peak is July 5th. There's the 3rd right there. Where's the 4th? 5th. There's no 4th in there? Oh, it was a holiday, July 4th, of course. It's a holiday. We were closed in the United States. So there's the peak right there. Same thing with Brent. Brent peaked out there too. Same thing. And then has been selling down. It follows. They both follow each other very well. But we will have an independent chart for it soon again, with our algorithms on it and all that stuff. Alrighty. So then from there, we go take a look at nat gas, which dipped underneath the $2 a cubic yard or whatever it is. And you can see here it's been in a buy for 2 days. Went underneath the $2 area there. It's been in that long weekly sell now. What's that? Let's look on the spreadsheet. The weekly sell on the spreadsheet says 7 weeks now. So we're going on an 8th week now. You know, it's been in a sell, which is good news for everybody heating their homes or trying to feed their trucks or fly their planes. Yeah, it's a good thing, which brings down costs. And that is the most, you know, that's pretty much the action of it all. So that's that is the story when it comes to the South African Rand, in a sense. You know, we look at it and we watch the metals through it, and then from there we go over to the energies. Yep. All right. And so then from there, we go over to, I guess, you know, we took a look at, you know, if anybody wants to see a particular stock or anything, we can give you an insight on what's going on there. Or another product, you know, or currency or any of that other stuff. And so from there, we will go take a look at the world markets. I always like looking at the world markets. I think they're great. Let's see, where's it at? Right. Minimize that. And then we go over to here. Where'd I put it? There it is. Let's move that over like so. Well, I might leave it there. Let's just leave it there. World indices, there we go. And we've seen what Hong Kong, not Hong Kong, Beijing is doing. Yeah, Hong Kong, the Japanese. Let's see what the Kospi is doing. I saw it in here before. There's the Kospi. You see, it's took a dip. Let's see, what is that? That's the 5th. So it started to dive on Friday after the employment number. That really shook up a lot of people. And you can see the next day it opened down big like the way Tokyo did. And from there, let's see, where is it at? From there we go to, let's see, Taiwan. Taiwan really felt it. You know, they'd been feeling it for weeks. And you can see here, you know, Taiwan, you know, all of Asia really took that dive. Now there's all the talk more than anything else is that it was stop orders and the what do they call it, the $1 trillion swap. You know, well, I talk about it here, the $20 trillion swap. They said that, you know, what they've been doing is they've been printing money, lending it, collecting interest from it. and they had I guess people were hedged in case it dipped a certain price, and sure enough it did, and so it flipped out the markets, across the planet, especially over in Asia where the real pressure is, because it's, they've probably been borrowing and using it. Okay, there we are. So now, from there, that's the Taiwanese. Let's go check out. We saw the the Shanghai. The Shanghai was, we showed you that correlation. Here's the Hang Seng in Hong Kong. It didn't seem to drop as dramatically. It was a week, couple days, but it didn't seem to drop, and they seem to have the same problem on the 7th, about no data at all. And then from there, we'll go over to the Singapore Straits Times, the STI. Where's STI? I did see it at one point. There it is, right there. Now that really took a pounce in the face. They must have felt that. So, they're a very capitalist society. So that doesn't surprise me any that the markets really, really moved in Singapore. Solely because it wouldn't surprise me if they were playing the swap trade to begin with. It's a very capitalist society. So you can see it's trying to bounce back up. I really thought we might feel the pain today, but obviously, I guess we have to wait and see when the markets really open in the next 18 or 17 minutes and see if this holds up or they sell it down. And that will tell us a lot about the day. When we drift around the planet, a lot of the stock indices are still down. They're still reflecting weakness. So U.S. is trying to recoil, but not really doing the best of the best. Now from there, we go over to. I missed seeing the Nifty 50. Let's see if we can find the Nifty 50. A lot of times it's right next to the All Ordinaries. There's the All Ordinaries. There's the Jakarta. Nifty 50. Mexico. British pound. Australian dollar. Let's see. Let's just put it in there. India. There it is. Down 100 points. And it took a little punch in the head, You can see that was at the 18. What was that? That was 18,200. And the slam day, it fell down to 17. Actually, it dropped almost a little more than 1,070 points. And you can see there it's still drifting. Notice that? It hasn't really done much of a bounce. I can't wait to get our algorithm on that. I'm sure we were in, I don't know if we were or weren't. It would be interesting to know if we were in a weekly sell or not. And then the Samsung Kodak India Nifty 50. And that's the ETF leveraged. Cool. And then from there, we drift our way over to, you know what I liked? I liked being able to see that that Saudi Arabian product. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see. Aramco, is it? Arabian, maybe? Arabian. Was it the? They have a name for that. What is that? There it is. Hasn't been too volatile. I mean, you know, they floated some more stock. Look at that. All right, so it fell down on what is that? On the 5th with everybody else, and it has lifted since. I guess, because they drifted it underneath the $27 area. You know, I'm sure, you know, I think it pays some type of dividend. What's it say there? They must pay a dividend to it, you know, because everybody's buying the stock. So, let's see what it says about it. Average volume, it's at 28 million shares a day. Let's see, ex-dividend, August 21st. Let's see, is it like 33 cents maybe? I don't know what that is, but it does have it does go ex-dividend in August. What else can I say about it? Too far and are poised to go higher. That's why it lifted. Oh, it was 12 billion. Okay. Faces new test with fresh Saudi stock sale. It was around $30 that they did that, and stock's down in the 28s or 27s now. Don't see anything more than that, but I find that always fascinating to look at. All right, from there, let's take a look at, is it this Euro Stock 50? And you can see the same thing. It's been bouncing up for the last couple of days from that move. Down a little bit today, but nothing major. I did see the DAX up on the tape showing that it's down still, which is a little surprise to me since the U.S. stocks are lifting. But and then was that the? Let's see. There's the DAX. You see it's trying to bounce back up, and it's down for the day, but lifting. Down for the day, but lifting on the DAX. And then the CAC 40 right there. Same thing. Paris is down a little bit after yesterday's nice move up. And then it is the FTSE right there. Maybe we can see some more Europeans. It'll be nice to do. Right there. FTSE is down for the day also after a nice move yesterday on the upside. And then, let's see, what else we got here? FTSE there. Euronext 100. That sounds interesting. Here's Belgium. Belgium's down a little bit today. You see that down 1167. Let's see. There's Jakarta. I was wondering about them. We'll have to look at that next time we're in the South Pacific. What is that? The BSEN. And that's down today. kind of chasing after the Friday low. Interesting. All right, traders, what should we use for a title to today's webinar? Let's do this. Oh, you didn't even see any of that. Here I am looking at it on the wrong screen. None of you saw any of those charts. Isn't that amazing? And no one said anything. That is amazing. No one even said a word about it. Oh, well. Tomorrow. Well, we were able to talk about it. How's that? And you were looking at silver. And it's been pretty much the action you saw so far. So let's see what the stocks are doing here in the States. Let's see. They're still lifting it. You know, they've been lifting the stock market up since that news. They feel that you know, it's got some positive. Look at that. You know, there was the news right there. Went from the 20. What's that? The 20. So 29, and now it's trading at 79. So it's up. What's that? 50 points. That's not too bad. And I'd imagine the Dow Jones Industrial Average must be doing something nice. Let's see what that's done. It's got to be up a couple hundred points. 191 points. There it is right there. And you can see it's trying to lift up nicely. And is that today? Yeah, it's today. So it was down and it's trying to lift. Now I'm confused. What is that? That's the 7th. This is the 8th. How can it be up if it's showing us that? It's a September contract. Let's put up, let's see if we can do this. They must have knocked the futures contract down so much. There it is, Diamond. Now Diamond, that's okay. That's not updating yet. So you can see the S&P 500 though, very happy, just marching along. Let's do this. So there's the futures contract right there. It's lifting up, and you can see it's trying to fight its way in. It's got a green and a red going on. Still in that weekly sell. Let's see what Tech 100's doing. Right there. Doing the same thing, trying to get through the zero line with no problem, but still 4 weeks in a sell there. And then let's go take a look at the Diamond again. I'm confused on that one altogether. So how did they settle that thing last night that high up? That doesn't seem right. Let's do this. Let's reload it and see what happens. That's better. There we go. Now it makes some sense. So that's how it settled yesterday. And now it's lifting up. That makes more sense. And you can see it's still in that sell situation. And that should be it. There we are. We went into the sell there. It's still in the sell. It's not getting up over it yet. Interesting. All right, what should we call today's webinar? Anybody have an opinion? How about Dead Cat Rebound? I know I called something Dead Cat this week already, so let's see what we got here. Let's do this. There we are. And let's see. It's gonna be there. We are. So I'm gonna cut out of here, and I'm gonna sing to you. Happy trails to you. until we meet again, which will be tomorrow, which is TGIF, end of the week. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Have a safe and smart trading day. Ta-ta for now.